y'all, what's up? It's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about a book review. We are going to be doing a book review on A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I wanted to talk to y'all really quickly about our situation right now. I mentioned on my socials that Friday there wasn't going to be able to be a video, and there wasn't, and that was because of Hurricane Florence coming through. I live in North Carolina. I live in Greensboro, or right outside of Greensboro, but we were really scared that the way it was looking Friday, it was going to hit us. Fortunately, it's kind of gone around us and up into like Virginia. Unfortunately, you know, there have been other states that have been hit with it, and my thoughts and prayers go out to those who have been affected by Hurricane Florence. Our power went out Saturday morning at 4:30, and it came back on that same day at 4:30 in the afternoon. So 4:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, to 4:30 in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, our power went out. And then we have seen a whole lot of rain. Our yard like floods whenever we get rain. But we've been very fortunate, and at least at this area where we're at, to not have any like floods or trees coming down or anything like that. So yeah, we've been very fortunate when it comes to that. So I just wanted to kind of give y'all an update. We're still kind of like sitting here waiting because this is a slow moving hurricane, and yeah, right now she's a tropical depression, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they said on the internet. And I think that's what they said. They have lowered her down. So now, you know, schools are still out, things like that. But the roads that, you know, my mom took to go to work, we're fine. So, you know, we're very fortunate to have what we have and be blessed with what we have. We have trees like everywhere around our house, and it sucks because we're so paranoid about them coming down on us and et cetera, et cetera. So that didn't happen either. So we're very, very blessed and very thankful that nothing happened, and my prayers do go out to those who were affected in my home state and in South Carolina and Virginia and wherever else the hurricane hit. My prayers do go out to y'all and y'all's family, and I am praying for y'all. So yeah, I wanted to kind of give y'all an update as to where we were with that. Right now I have power. You know, I have my lights on. We have natural light coming in these windows. So yeah, it's still rainy and dreary outside, but we're thinking it's kind of moving out now, which is a good thing. I can't wait to see the sunlight. I don't think I've ever been more excited to see the sunlight in my life. Another thing also, I think it was September 11th, Tuesday of last week, sometime. I got my hair cut, so yay, I'm excited. I've been wearing my hair up. I just could not stand it. It was like down to here, and I don't usually like my hair getting down to here. I usually like it where it is. So yeah, I got my hair cut. I'm really excited about it. It was a birthday present for my brother. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review by, yeah, we're going to do A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This was my first experience reading this. I did take a break between City of Ashes and City of Glass, so that I could read a couple books in between, you know, take down my TBR a little bit and maybe get some other books read in between the series that I'm reading. But this was my first experience with Sarah J. Maas's writing, and I absolutely loved it. I'm obsessed, and I'm hoping maybe this weekend I can either go to my used bookstore or my new bookstore, Barnes & Nobles, and see if they have any more, you know, if I can get the second one in the series. I'm so obsessed. I love it. I can now see what the fuss is. Everybody's crazy about this book on YouTube, and I can see why, because it's so good. The most experience I've had with fantasy is probably Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. Now, Game of Thrones is very different from this. Game of Thrones is borderline, and when I say borderline, I mean that as a loose term. Game of Thrones is borderline Tolkien. So it's like almost borderline like Lord of the Rings type stuff, but it doesn't have like the orcs and the elves and the hobbits and everything like that, and it's a little bit dirtier than Lord of the Rings, but that's okay. So that's like the kind of, that's what, if y'all haven't read Game of Thrones, that's kind of what it's like, or watched the series, that's what it's like. It's similar to like Middle Earth, etc. So that's the only experience that I've kind of had with fantasy, and those books are like 1,000 pages plus more, and it sucks. Oh, I think the sun's coming out. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Anyways, yeah, so that's the only experience I have with fantasy, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones. So this was like my first step into like new adult kind of. It's registered as YA, new adult. She is 19, so I would consider that like new adult. But you know, young adult, I'm 24 and I read young adult now. So yeah, I absolutely, this was my first time experiencing with like fae and magic, and it was a really great experience, and I loved it. I want to talk about some elements. So I will preface this with the fact that there may be spoilers in here, and if there are, I will let you know. I will put the book down, and then when I put the book back up, that means you can listen, or you can just go read the book and then come back and talk to me. Either way, I'm fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and like dive deep in. So this video may be a little longer than anticipated. I love Feyre. Feyre, I get Katniss Everdeen vibes from her. Except y'all know how I feel about Katniss Everdeen. I hated her. I could not stand her. I wanted her to die. I still want her to die. I can't stand Katniss Everdeen. Hence why I just redid my bookshelf, by the way. And I don't have the Hunger Games series up there because I hate it so much because of Katniss Everdeen. She's the main reason why I hate it. She reminds me of Katniss, but she's less annoying than Katniss. I actually really liked Feyre. I thought Feyre was a really interesting character. And I could kind of find myself a little bit in her because all the stuff that she does is like family oriented. She does things for her family, even though she just feels underappreciated. And sometimes, you know, I do things I do a lot of things for my family. I clean, I cook, I do other things for them, and so yeah, I feel like that for, like, with Feyre. Now, I think she's a very smart girl. I think she's a little dumb to go into the tunnel, or, yeah, the kingdom under the mountain. I feel like she was a little stupid in that part, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk about, Tamlin. Tamlin really, I'm on the fence with Tamlin because I really like Tamlin. I do. I think he's a dynamic character. He's got a lot of like depth. I kind of don't like the whole brooding. I've just never been into a brooding character except for Jon Snow. He's the only brooding character that I really like. Anyways, so yeah, Tamlin is really cool. I'm on the fence though because I feel like, and I might be, you know, misguided or whatever, but I really feel like he could have fought for Feyre more when it came to Amarantha, and I really felt like that instead of just sending her away, he could have found another way to protect her or something. Now, I might have, you know, and if I step on anyone's toes, I apologize, but it's my opinion. He's on the fence for me. I do like Tamlin, like I said, don't get me wrong, but you know, there are some of his vices that he has. I really don't like his mood swings. Oh my gosh, this dude has like crazy mood swings. He's happy and then he's sad and then he's angry and then he's this and then he's this and it just, I'm like, I cannot keep up with your mood swings, dude. Stay one mood or another. I don't know. And then I felt like I was walking on eggshells and I was just reading the book. So yeah, I really didn't like Tamlin because of that either. Yeah, he kind of, I just don't like the way that, I like the way that he treated Feyre when he was in, like, you know, the home court, because I feel like other characters maybe would have, like, killed her instantly, and I'm glad that he didn't, and he was very, like, you know, oh, I like you, you know, I have compassion towards you, you're a human. I like that. I don't like the fact that he was just a butt. he was a butt sometimes, and I really don't like that. Now it's, oh gosh, the wind is picking up, and the sun's coming out. Okay, we have weird weather going on over here in North Carolina. Anyways, so, let's talk about Lucien for a minute. I like Lucien. I actually really like Lucien a lot more than I do Tamlin. I think Lucien is funny, and he's been through a lot. And he's defied his family, and I really, not saying that, you know, you need to go and defy your family. Don't do that. But he's realized that his family is not as good as he would like for them to be, and he has a moral code, and I really like that about Lucien. Except, you know, and I'm still on the fence about the way that he's treated Feyre. I don't really like that, but I'll get over it. It'll be fine. But I do like Lucien, and I liked him better more towards the end of the book. I thought he was really, he'd really grown and developed as a character, and I really like seeing that kind of development in a book, in a series, with a character. I love it. I think that, character growth is one of my absolute favorite, like, things ever in a book. So yeah, Lucien is great. Rhysand. Let's talk about some Rhysand for a minute. Now, I have not gone on to Goodreads. Now, I did go on to Goodreads and check the, like, rating of it. But a lot of the booktubers that I follow, they have reviews out for this, and I did not, you know, read them or watch them on YouTube or anything. So I'm going in this with my own sort of opinion, so that way I wouldn't be, like, biased. But I love Rhysand. He's an anti-hero, I feel like. I feel like he's going to become an anti-hero. And to me, if y'all didn't know, if y'all haven't watched my Avengers book tag, please go watch it, because there y'all will find out. I will actually link it down below. But I confessed my love for a certain trickster god named Loki. Yes, and it's all because of Tom Hiddleston. He did so well with that role. I am such a huge fan. I never thought I would like anything like Thor, but it's because of Tom Hiddleston, mainly just because of Loki and Tom Hiddleston, that I love that movie franchise. So that's why I'm just the biggest Loki fan, and I really feel like Rhysand kind of reminds me of Loki, because he's misunderstood. You know, he's gone through a lot of crap in his life, and Loki's gone through a lot of crap in his life that, you know, pushed him towards the circumstances that pushed him there. And then Rhysand has done the same. I really love Rhysand. He's like an anti-hero, and I love the idea of him and Feyre. I think it's, like, hot and sexy and, like, bad boy. Oh, yes, I love him. I like him and Feyre, but I also like Tamlin and Feyre, because I feel like Tamlin can kind of be soft with her, and you know, very, I love you in a very soft way. I think because of Rhysand's, like, buffness and his knight court kind of thing, I think he's very bad boy-ish, and I like a bad boy too. And I love that. I want to talk about Aramantha really quickly, because she's probably one of my absolute favorite characters ever. I am going to be doing a review of the Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns. There is a book, there is a villain in there named Esmia, and she is, I can't even describe. I loved her. And I don't like a lot of villains, but I loved Esmia. And I loved Aramantha. And here's the reason why. Don't turn this video off yet. I loved Aramantha just because of the fact that, like, she was such a well-developed villain. Like, I could really feel everything that she was going through. And I not everything, but I loved the fact that Sarah J. Maas wrote this villain, and she gave us, you know, backstory behind why Aramantha became who she was, and you know, why she did what she did. And I love just a well-written villain, and I think she wrote this very, very, very well. And I absolutely loved it. I loved Aramantha. I I think she can be a little shallow, but I think some of the circumstances that drove her there were justified. Just like Esmea in The Enchantress Returns, which if y'all watch that video, which I'm gonna film for soon, you know, so things pushed Esmea to a breaking point and made her the way she is. And I think the same thing happened with Aramantha, and I really appreciate the fact that, you know, she gave us a little bit of insight into the mind of Aramantha and everything like that. She was horrible. She was, I mean, don't get me wrong, she was god-awful too. Everyone, really. Lucien, Tamlin, Rhysand, Feyre, she was just horrible to all of them, but I think she was a well-written villain. And yeah, in the story, I'm just gonna say this is the first book in a while that has just kept me, like, pushing through, go through. Like, I was not on the edge of my seat the whole time, but I was just like, okay, I gotta find out what happens next. I gotta find out what happens next. I need to know this. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. So, yeah. That was, it was such, I had a great experience with her. I'm so glad that I picked this up. I love A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I did kind of get the Beauty and the Beast vibes from it. I thought it was really good, and as sister James would say, good and fresh. But I really loved and enjoyed this book. I really cannot wait to pick up A Court of, I think, Mist and Fury next. Yes, your girl's gonna go get it, and yeah. So that is it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so y'all know every time I upload a video. I have socials. I have an Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. All Live Loves Books 17. Go look me up. Let's chat. I like hearing from y'all. I like interacting with y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are on this book. Do you like Tamlin? Do you not like Tamlin? Do you like Rhysand or not? And what did you think of Amarantha? I think that's how you say her name. I'm from the South, y'all. I say things differently down here. But yeah, what did y'all think of her? And what did y'all think of Feyre? Because I really liked Feyre, and I really liked Amarantha. So please let me know what y'all thought of her. Yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna say goodbye. Bye.